And we are live. The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old.
And my name's Jeff. I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old that stabbed me in the back.
Oh, et tu, Brute, what happened? I saw this tweet, and it is absolutely fantastic. Jeff, tell the good fathers listening what on earth happened.
After a long day, I figured I would do some gaming.
Of course.
Unwind, do some gaming.
You've earned it.
Yeah, that's right. So I have the remake of Tony Hawk, and I love the originals. So I decided,
So great.
Let's get the remake. Let's go for this. So I'm booting it up. I'm in the game. I'm living my best life.
Your best Tony Hawk life.
My 8-year-old comes along, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, can I play?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is the moment." He wants to play Tony Hawk.
It's happening.
That's
It's
right.
happening.
That's right. I'm overjoyed and elated. I'm like, "Sure, let's play." Right.
I'm going to show you how to dark side. I'm going to show you how to Christ air. I'm going to show you where to get all the skate letters.
Let's do it. Airwalk over the waterway. Let's go. So I hand him the controller, figuring that he's just going to pick up where I left off, and he immediately backs out to the menu and starts up Minecraft.
That's just like
Just didn't flinch, just like cold-hearted. I'm doing this now.
it's just like that's so cool.
What do you do?
It is so cool. So there's a I took when I was young I took like 2 classes of Aikido,
Okay.
and it was just at the YMCA, so I don't think it's very reputable.
Okay. Yeah.
And they described this move where they called it heaven and earth. So what they do, and the instructor, such as he was explaining it to us, he said, okay, so what they do is they bend really far down, they punch the guy in the nuts, bringing him up into the air, and then you take your other fist and slam it onto his heart and bring him back down to earth. So
Yeah.
heaven and earth. I think what you're describing is worse.
Yeah, I could see how that applies.
To be brought up, it's like, oh, my kid wants to play Tony Hawk, the game that I cherished and I cut my teeth on.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Minecraft. You just again, just straight stab in the back. Just, I'm going to do what I do. And I don't like your game.
Just like, oh, like, how did you react? Like, what did you say? No, you have to at least get 1,000,000 points in one trick before you can play Minecraft, or like, how did you possibly react to this?
That would have been a better way to handle it. Because right when it happened to me, I just kind of stared for a minute. Like I'm older, Trevor, so I'm processing this of what just happened. And I look over at him, and he's already deep inside Minecraft in his own little world. And I'm like, well, this is my life. And I just got up and went and made myself more coffee. So it was like one of those, like, do I stop him? I don't know.
Just walked away.
That's it. So I don't know what exactly is going to happen next time I play Tony Hawk, but I'm going to have maybe my own little like corner in the basement where only I can play.
I guess my bigger question is just, where did you go wrong?
It's true.
It's like, at what point did it take such a bad turn? I think though, like, if you and your brother, like back in the day, had the choice between, and if you can possibly put yourself in the headspace where there's a world of gaming, you have all these options, and you had Minecraft versus Tony Hawk, because Tony Hawk for us was golden. Like, it was Bible. Like it was, that was the game, and everyone I knew was so good at it. Like, everybody went home and practiced ad nauseum just to come back to fight one another. Do you think you'd be lulled by the Minecraft like call, the siren song of Minecraft, if you were young and coming up?
No,
No,
I don't think I would. But no,
I think that's your nostalgia talking. That's okay.
I don't know. I think I might have. I will say that my 8-year-old has a car. He must have a cold heart. I don't know what it is about, but backing out on my Tony Hawk, and then in Minecraft, I have played with him, and he's called me a Minecraft noob.
Oh my god.
So things aren't going well
That
as
is
a
just
gaming
like
dad here. And maybe I've taken a wrong choose your own adventure. Maybe I'm on the wrong path right now. I don't know. But yeah, I'm getting slammed here, Trevor. I don't know what's happening to you, but
what
I'm failing.
like walk me through it. Like how did it happen? Like why did he call you a noob? Did you just not know how to craft a particular element? Did you die
He
embarrassingly?
No, I know how to do basic things in Minecraft.
Okay.
I know how to Google. I'm not going to say I'm an expert by any means. I am not. But my kids are experts and they're talking gibberish to me. I have no idea what materials they are talking about. So when they're like, "Dad, craft a netherite armor," I'm like, "What is a netherite and why don't I have it in my inventory?" They're like, "Oh, you're such a noob. What's going on?" Like I'm like, "Oh my god, just get
What
out of
is
my
this?
house. This is it.
I'd like to
Had
see you
enough."
do a dark slide. I dare you to do a Christ dare.
Yeah, you could try. Yeah, why don't you come to Tony Hawk on my playground? Let's do
Yeah.
this.
Although I mean the problem with that would be is they likely would be better than you
Yeah,
in a month or so.
probably. Yeah,
Like that's really interesting with you because this is where our different phases are showing with kids because I am still very dominant with my kids as far as games. There
yeah.
was the one exception where he legitimately beat me at Smash Brothers at one time, which I
Okay.
mentioned. And I mean, I was trying and he beat me. It was very frustrating.
Yep.
But that was a one time type of thing. As it stands right now, I generally can just always, I'm kind of bringing them along. They're not really the ones winning. I suppose, and correct me if I'm wrong, like you're getting to the point where your kids legitimately beat you in video games, right?
Yeah, I think it's at the point. When you were a little bit stronger than your dad. You remember
Right.
remember that moment where
It's
you're
a
like,
bit weird.
this I have the power now. So I think my kids are getting to that point, and I'm a little scared. 'Cause they don't go easy on. They don't know that, like, hey, if we go easy on dad, maybe he'll play a little bit longer. They don't do that to me. They just call me a noob and cop out. Like that's it. Like, don't
They're
put me
gonna,
down, kids. Come on.
so how do you feel? But real talk though, how do you feel about it? Because are you concerned that they will leave you behind because you're not good enough at Minecraft, for instance, and they don't want to play with you? Are you excited to see them blossom as gamers and now you can actually challenge them in some, like, if you do a fighting game, like you can actually try to win, or a sports game or whatever else it is? Like where's your head right now with the fact that your kids are quickly becoming better at you as a gamer?
Um, Real talk, I am very proud of it because
Hey, all right.
yeah, it gets you can now share more experiences with them and more complex games. And Minecraft can be very complex, but other games beyond that. And I think for them to take it upon themselves and almost like learn and train to get into like that code of game and really take off as little gamers is really cool to see. I and they don't so they do help me along too. So even though I
Okay.
suck at Minecraft, they are nonstop talking to me about Minecraft and when to play the next game. So they aren't totally like just writing me off like, "Hey, I can do more without you." They want me there, which is great because I think that bond is still there. And we've kind of developed that over, countless games and Mario games and stuff. And now it's at a point where they can go off, learn a game, and teach me. So
Hey,
that's kind
okay.
of cool, right? So hopefully.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting with something like, it's probably gonna be a little bit old, but I can imagine with a game like Diablo
Oh,
or something with a bit more depth and progression, where the two of you might be able to kind of like hand in hand go through. Like I'm very excited about the possibility of going through a legitimate and difficult campaign
yeah.
with them in a game like that, because a lot of stuff right now is a bit ephemeral. Not sure, did not hit that word properly, but that's okay. It's a bit shallow in the sense that it's like
Yeah.
Minecraft is not shallow, but in a sense it's kind of quick hits. It's choose your own adventure. It's a big creative sandbox type of game, right? As opposed to I'll just keep going with Diablo, like a campaign of Diablo,
Yeah.
where it's like we're gonna transcend everything down, hit every single kind of level. You could do that with Torchlight. You could do pick your poison, whatever game that is. But the thought that you could actually and experience an actual deep, rich like RPG campaign with your kids is like really exciting. But have you guys kind of, now I might be speaking out of turn. Have you already done that? But not
Well,
obviously not Diablo, of course, but I mean, has there been kind of a bigger RPG arc you've done with them now that they're more capable?
yeah, so we did play Diablo 3 together.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
it wasn't, they weren't so
Sounds a
keen.
terrible way for me to say it. Jeff, you're not so irresponsible to have played
Totally.
Diablo.
Oh,
But what
totally.
else would you do? You're like,
Yeah,
well,
just went straight into hell. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
let's do it.
I played that with them, but they weren't concerned at all with the campaign. It was
No.
kind of cool to play a game like that with all the different mechanics flying across. My ultimate dream, though, is to play an MMO with them on different computers and like have that kind of
Oh,
raid system with my kids and go into dungeons and stuff where I'm not like trying to hook up with random people online. I can hook up with my kids and go into a dungeon and get the loot and come out and we can all talk about it and share that story. That would be kind of cool.
that's nice.
I don't know if, that's kind of that expensive dream too, if we need subscriptions to play online, but it's kind of a neat thing to think about. And Diablo is a good kind of almost foreshadowing of what could be. And I hope to continue that. And maybe I won't be, maybe I won't be the noob in that party. I don't know.
You might still be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about stuff like that with maybe like Destiny, for if they got more into
Yeah.
shooters and that type of
That'd be a
thing.
good
Because
one.
Destiny 2, where it's just because I would love to do the raids, but I very much am not of online play. So I've never really been able to participate with teams. So I thought that you could create your own little raid team in your
Yeah.
own house. Like that seems really great if the kids are into it. So that is amazing.
One
Now to
day.
do such that actually it transitioned to a shout out that we wanted to give for a follower of ours on Twitter who had a great little dad story, dad memory, you'd actually call it. So we're speaking about beating stuff, and this guy's called This Dad's Platinum Journey at This Platinum. He is a gaming dad who is looking to start content creation around platinuming, I think that's the word,
Yep.
games. So he's got I'm not sure if he's on Twitch. I know he's on YouTube and he's going to be cataloging it. And he reached out to us with this great story or memory, which I think every gaming dad can certainly remember. Just downloaded on Spotify. He's speaking about the previous episode. I'm a bit past being a new dad. I've done the baby on the shoulder asleep while gaming phase. Haha. I'm at the can I sneak in a couple hours before they wake up phase, which is you can almost imagine we could have like a chart of the gaming dad story where
Yes.
it starts like getting in as many games as possible before they arrive. No gaming because they're here.
Yeah.
Okay, baby's on my shoulder for 2 hours. Can I do it?
Yeah.
And then now, like, all right, they're asleep. I got a precious few hours. So, like, what can I possibly game?
I think someone needs to make a game like that where it's like you have to lull the baby to sleep and you can't move because they could wake up, and then later on you have to tiptoe through the house to not wake up the older kids. So it's definitely a phase.
Yeah. So, hey, thanks so much for the comment and the trip down memory lane, really, for the
Yeah.
gaming part of it. So, if you want to check him out there on Twitter and then his content on YouTube, you can find him at This Platinum. This Dad's Platinum Journey. Now, speaking of dad's journeys and also keeping with the Minecraft theme, I had my own journey with my son in trying to play Minecraft. And trying
Trying.
is kind of the key word.
Yes.
So a bit of a spoiler to the entire thing is that like I eventually did succeed. My son and I got to have a creative co-op Minecraft game together.
Very nice.
It was awesome. Like it was so cool. We're just ripping around. There was a town here. We started to dig over here. Hey, what's that mountain? I don't know. Let's go over there. And we're doing it's so creative mode's hilarious with the flying.
Oh yeah.
Where you're
Creative
just
mode? Yeah.
you're just soaring through the skies. You have unlimited blocks, so you're just like throwing stuff up like it doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
It is I could immediately see the appeal of it. I remember just before we got into it, what sort of sparked his interest is he was watching a video of somebody putting together a sculpture of an Among Us character.
Oh, okay.
And no word of a lie, it must have at least been 100,000 blocks, if not 1,000,000 blocks. This
Oh
thing,
God.
it was like if you're ever seen like imagine any of the mountains in your stock standard Minecraft level, and like double it. Like that's how big this thing was. It was all it was a speed run. I mean, it was sped up.
Like a speed build, yeah.
Yeah, but you could just see it like
Yeah.
going up, and you could not believe the scale of it. I was so impressed. But that got him kind of excited, like, hey, can we do this? I'm like, we can do this because we have a few versions of Minecraft. So
Yes.
clearly, a gaming dad would be able to hook him up, right? How hard could it be?
You would think so. I mean, I in the past have gone through this, so let's hear about your journey and adventure into Minecraft.
And that's even worse because you warned me, Jeff. You warned me.
I did.
You gave me kind of a quick run through episode. I think we were probably about 10 episodes ago. You talked about your own journey through this. So it's just like I came here with all this false confidence around, well, good gaming, new dad gaming Jeff there
Yeah.
explained how to do it. And it was just a roller coaster of emotions. So I own the game on the Switch.
Yes.
I bought it there. I bought like a chump, the Java version for my PC.
Okay. First mistake.
Yeah,
Got it.
immediately. So I'm looking at the Switch and, I'm trying to see, is this 2-player? I could not figure it out. Couldn't find the menu item. Okay, well, I know I have it for PC, so let me try to get that first. Try to sign in there because it's the same account that I had signed up for both, where I had purchased it.
Yes.
Wasn't allowed. Okay, so I'm just going to sign in on my kid's account on the Switch, and I'll use my account on the PC.
Yep.
Oh, what's your kid's email?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yes,
I
set
gotta
all
remember
that up.
what's my kid's email address.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had set that up previously for Plants vs Zombies, so at least he had one. But like I did not know what it was, and I definitely did not know the password.
Yep.
So at this point, like I've given him the Switch, I've given him Minecraft. I'm like, you busy yourself, you do whatever you want. I'm gonna be over here
I'm
in
working away.
account nightmare land while you're building something. Finally get that. Try to sign in. It's not the same thing. Like
Oh, no.
it's not the Bedrock edition, so it doesn't connect to everything else.
Right.
Great, perfect.
Yep.
Okay, but wait a second. I have Game Pass. Game Pass on PC does not have Minecraft.
Okay, you got to be kidding me. This is
Gamecraft, but Gamecraft on the Xbox console does have Minecraft. Okay, so the PC, throw it out the
Oh
window.
my
You're dead
God.
to me. I got my Xbox console. Let me just download however many gigs it is. I mean, at this point, my son is now in some deep dark hole fighting spiders.
Yeah.
Dad, help me. I'll be there in a
As one
second,
would.
son. We got this.
Yeah.
So I sign in. So I have to try to sign in there. And again, this is just the account thing. Like you definitely need to have 2 accounts. So now I have 2 versions of Minecraft. One running on Switch, one running on the Xbox.
Yep.
Initially, I sign into my one true account that I have, as previously logged into Switch.
Okay.
I have my account with Microsoft. Not allowed. You can't be the same account. You're not allowed to set that up.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Set it with my sign out on the Switch, which that's always a fun journey. Okay, kids, stop playing the thing you love playing right now. I'm going to take it away and enter in a bunch of long string characters of your email that you don't know you have, by the way.
That's the best as a gaming dad to say pause. Okay, pause, and they just look at you like,
They turned the
Gollum,
Gollum.
like, my precious.
But Dad is like, just believe me, son, you wanted to play together. This is what we have to do. So sign into it. Okay, fine. Sign into it. Then I have to add myself as a friend. And at this point, like he's just jumping up and down. He just wants to play Minecraft.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel bad. Like I'm kind of like pulling it away from him. But like, it's like, this is going to be great, buddy. We're going to play together. This will be fun. Anyway, so finally get that set up. I have to add him to a friend. Invite him to the game from the Xbox. He receives it on the Switch. Error, unable to connect.
Of course.
Go online, says just reset the Switch. I do so. Error, forget to connect. It's like, okay. Try inviting the person from the Switch to the Xbox. That finally works. And now we're in this world together. So the 1,000-mile journey through 4 different consoles and versions of Minecraft, and finally we're in the same world together. We're finally playing, and it is awesome. And it's all signed up. And you want to know the best part? You want to know the best part of this entire damn thing?
Is there a best part? It kind of seems a little overwhelming.
There exists split screen mode on the Switch. There exists Switch, all of this hullabaloo. These 6 systems, these 20 accounts, these 50 logins, the 4 forgotten passwords, a bit of blood that I probably had to give it to somebody at some point. All for naught because there is a damn split screen option on the Switch that is not in the menu.
No, it is not.
It is not in the damn menu. So you have to start the game, you can't use the Joy-Cons, you need 2 full controllers.
You're right.
Well, we have that. So like one is like the 2 controllers, one is the whatever, like if you have a pro controller.
Yeah.
If you start the game and the other person press start, you can play split screen on the damn system, which I probably could do on the Xbox version as well.
Yes, you probably can.
So it's like 30 minutes of account hell for nothing. I could have just had another controller press start and we would have been right in it.
Well, much like you'd say to your kids after something that was very trying, you'd be like, "What did we learn from this?"
Not a goddamn thing. I'm still so confused.
Yeah, everyone talks about how accessible Minecraft is, in just terms of getting into it and the sandbox-ness of it. But man alive, it is the worst game I have ever experienced to try and actually get into with just setting up an account and trying to figure out how to co-op, because we did do that on the PlayStation and we've had a number of different setups, and it doesn't tell you that you can just press start on the other controller and hop right in under the whatever the PlayStation account is.
Yeah.
So
I hope if any gaming dad there's had a similar or a much more streamlined experience, I'd love to hear about it. Because the thing is, like, it is so popular with kids. Every kid I know plays it. Or at least that I've heard of, like, plays this thing. Like, it's Minecraft parties, it's like Minecraft lands, like it's shared servers, it's massive things. Like, it's massively popular with kids. Kids are playing this ad nauseum. And from my experience of just trying to get the darn thing started, let alone like finding a server or inviting friends and playing, like, am I so old?
am I so out of touch?
Yeah. That's the actual question though. Am I finding it hard because I'm just awful? Am I bad now? Like, am I over the hill and this is actually really easy and my kids are laughing at me? Or is this legitimately very difficult? And a mystery as to how the kids are so adept at getting in and finding each other.
There's no way that people don't think that this is just a messed up, like, UI kind of nightmare. Do you know what I mean?
It's the kids that are wrong.
It is the kids. It's the game that's wrong. But even just from like an accessibility point of view, how is anyone supposed to know this? There's nothing there that tells you anything. And I look like a sucker going on YouTube and figuring out how to split screen.
Well, a noob, as we've been informed.
Well, exactly. So maybe he just called it the truth, and it just hurts.
Yeah, there's this one moment we were playing together, because I'll know enough about it, as much like you would, where I know that you can equip armor, and especially in creative mode, I'm a bit more adept at the menu system.
Yes.
Which is also very complicated, I find, as far as
no idea.
materials and then recipes and everything. In creative mode, you just have everything.
Yeah.
But I knew there was a bunch of armor and some cool looking armor too. So he's floating around trying to find a city at one point, and I take a moment to just don full gold armor, some diamond sword. So I'm looking stunning, right?
Yeah. You impress your kids.
That's right. And he's sitting there floating around kind of the city talking about something. I'm like, oh, hey, son, look forward. Why, Dad? Dun, 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 dun.
You make an entrance.
Yes, right. I just float. It's like, whoa, why you got the armor? I'm like, I've ascended, son.
Just making memories. Just making those gaming memories forever.
Here, allow me to show you. See that?
Yeah.
You noob. Like, let me show armor.
Well, and I am glad that you are experiencing that with your son, because what my 8-year-old did is I left the room for a minute.
It's your first problem.
And I'm in a multiplayer game with them, and my 8-year-old, I hear him snickering. I come back in. my screen is completely black. I'm like, what? Did you disconnect me? What's going on? He had buried me in the ground like a grave. Like he had just.
Yes.
I'm like, what? First you call me a noob, then you bury me halfway in the earth. What is going on here?
But it's so hard. Like you got to be proud with him too. Like that's
Oh,
awesome.
it was so great, and he was laughing, and I'm like, that was a pretty good prank because I'm trying to think of like what I could do when he left the room. But no, that was a pretty good one. So, but I'm like, man, just the speed
Clever.
at which he did it was crazy. Like,
Clever bugger.
watch out for him.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You're grounded.
Yeah, that's it. Game over. But
I'm proud of you, son.
yeah, exactly.
Go to your room.
Don't disrespect me like that. What are you doing?
See that feels like that is definitely a point on the map as far as the dad gaming journey. I'm proud of you, son, but go to your room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You're really pulling those noobs.
yeah,
I'm proud of you. Don't do it again. You're grounded.
yeah.
But with that, as we send our kids off to bed, I think that is a good point to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you'd like to get a hold of the show, you can find us at our website, New Dad Gaming, as well as on social at New Dad Gaming. We would love to hear from you. If you have your own Minecraft experiences with your kids, if you have any tips for a couple Minecraft noobs, that is Jeff or I.
That's me.
As well as any other gaming dad stories. Would absolutely adore hearing from you. So reach out to us and let us know. You can make it onto the show. If you would like to subscribe to the podcast, that really helps out us and the show in getting out to as many gaming dads as possible, which we'd really appreciate. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, and any of the major podcasting networks. A subscription and a like really, or a comment really does help us out. So, as I said, this has been New Dad Gaming. Thank you so much for listening. And until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old.
And my name is Jeff. I'm a Minecraft noob, and I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
And just because he became a dad,
Doesn't mean it's game over.
yes, sir.
Well, it kind of does. I don't know. We discussed it this episode. It might be.
Yeah, this week it kind of sounds like it might be. They're coming for us. They're coming for blood.
That's right.
But we'll see what happens. See you next week.
See you later.